Welcome back, everyone. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon sponsored by Scott. Super excited for this new set of songs that we're gonna listen and react to today. So we do have an email by Scott. I'm gonna read it for you guys. And again, thank you so much, Scott, for sponsoring this video, and you guys for tuning in and checking out the marathon. Now it says here, let's go ahead and go with that Return of the Kings list that I gave you. That one I didn't react to the last time. I'm working on another Robert Palmer marathon, and let's see, and it says I want to match it up with my Dan request. There's a Robert Palmer song, and I wish for Lexi and you to hear. All right, so it says here that he was he missed our Patreon Beatles reaction. That was a lot of fun. Let us know in the comments what you thought about that, and that was so much fun because we were listening to the songs and you guys were giving us trivia and it was as it was happening, so that was super cool. Now it says here, so now the marathon is this one. It's Return of the Kings, and it says here Return of the Kings, mostly 80s and 90s stuff. No Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, just wanted a catchy title for views. That's awesome. I love it. And yes, sometimes you have to be a little bit clickbaity, but hey, we're not lying or anything. These are amazing bands, and these are really like they hold up to to the word. So we're gonna start it off with Brilliant Mistake by Elvis Costello from the album King of America. This is from 1986. It says here, a great lyric with Coca-Cola, just like vintage wine. Awesome. Then second one, China Crisis. Now this one I don't think I'm familiar with. It says King in a Catholic Style from the album Flaunt the Imperfection, 1985, produced by Walter Becker from Steely Dan, of course, and he contributed to the opening riff. All right. China Crisis, I think I've heard of that band before. Now then, John Hiatt, Riding with the King from the album Riding with the King, 1983. Now I know an album called Riding with the King, which is Eric Clapton and B.B. King, because my dad had that album and he was obsessed with it, and that's the album that I know. But this is the original version by Mr. Hyde, 1983. Tom Petty, It's Good to Be King from the album Wildflowers, 1994, and it says frijoles. Frijoles. All right. Oh my God. Is that frijoles? I know what you mean here, which is free falling, and in Mexico we sing it frijoles. So I get the reference. There we go. And now this was the one that Scott let me choose. It was either The Church, King from the album, and this is called Priest Aura, 1992, or The Police. And I went with The Police on this one because I looked at the views and it was like 29 million views versus a couple of thousands. So I was like, let's go with The Police. So this is going to be The Police, King of Pain from the album The Police, 2007, original release 1983. Now, it says here, this is something personal, super cool, but I don't want to spoil your private stuff. But it's really, really cool, and I'm very, very happy for you. And it looks just amazing. If you want me to get into details, I can. But for now, since it's private, this is for my eyes only. So that's the email. All right. All right. Well, here we go. I'm super excited about this, and thank you so much for your patience with the intro. I try to do them as fast as I can, but I do want to be respectful. And, you know, if somebody writes me an email, I do want to go through and read it in its, you know, full, yeah, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Brilliant mistake with Mr. Elvis Costello. I always say this when I react to Elvis Costello. This man is some kind of yeah, he is what do you call it? A chameleon. Because every time I listen to Elvis Costello, I do now recognize the voice, you know, but his musical style could always be, it could be rock, it could be jazz, it could be pop, it could be Latin infused, jazz infused. Who knows? That's what I love about Mr. Costello, because he's always onto something new. It's never repetitive. It never gets, you know, it's just wonderful. That's what I love about Elvis Costello. So let's go with Brilliant Mistake from King of America. Here we go. In 1 segundo here. All right. I was just wanted to see if I was actually recording. All right. Here we go.
Like vintage wine. Now I try hard not to become hysterical, but I'm not sure if I'm laughing or crying. I wish that I could push a button and talk in the past and not the present tense. And watch this hurting feeling disappear like it was common sense. It was a fine idea at the time. Now it's a brilliant mistake. She said that she was working for the ABC News. It was as much of the alphabet as she knew how to use. Her perfume was unspeakable. It lingered in the air like her artificial laughter and the mementos of affairs. Oh, I say, you know him. Isn't that very fortunate for you? She showed me his calling card. He came third or fourth, and there were more than one or two. He was a fine dear at the time. Now he's a brilliant mistake. He thought he was the king of America, but it was just a boulevard of broken dreams. A trick they do with mirrors and with chemicals. The words of love and whispers and the acts of word and screams. I wish that I could push a button and talk in the past and not the present tense. And watch this love and feeling disappear like it was common sense. I was a fine idea at the time. Now I'm a
That harmony.
brilliant mistake. I was a fine idea at the time. Now I'm a brilliant mistake.
Damn. So good. So good. I want to see if he was the harmony, you know, the voice, if he was harmonizing with himself, you know, or if it was like a backing vocalist or something. I think it was himself. Let's see here. So let's see. Elvis Costello, lead vocals. Backing vocals, T-Bone Burnett. But it sounded like him, you know. It doesn't really say which track. But it's also the producer, T-Bone. G. Henry T-Bone Burnett. What a great song, you know. Like I said, you know, it's always something different with him. It's beautiful, and a beautiful acoustic song with great lyrics, you know, and it's just so easy to listen to Eric Costello, you know. It's so I don't know, it's like this man makes just music just for literally everyone, you know. Everyone can, you know, sit down and enjoy this. And that Coca-Cola reference here, when they pour Coca-Cola just like vintage wine. In Germany, it's a V. Yeah. We were gonna. I think we are going to see Elvis Costello, but give me a second. Like, we still don't know. There's so many concerts happening in May that we are still like, are we gonna go? Let's see here. It should be here on this list. So right now, or maybe, I don't know. You know, I'm a little bit confused because there's so many artists right now touring, and we're going to like 10 concerts, but I think we were in the talks of doing Elvis Costello, or we don't know if it was Costello or another artist that is very, you know, similar in style. But yeah, I would love to. I think maybe it's not, because it looks like he's only like has two dates and that's it. But just the music, you know, it's so good, and it's always such quality, such great quality. Everything I've ever heard of him. And yeah, again, this song was totally different from other stuff, you know. This sounded more like an acoustic. You know, I loved the stand-up bass instead of an electric bass. But here, like, the vocals were, I think, what I like the best, because they're so nice, these harmonies, and with this little, like, I don't know what he does with his voice, but he goes a little bit high, and there's a little bit of a, you know, what happens to his voice there, like, I can't really explain it, I'm not a vocalist, but I love how he plays with his voice and harmonizes, and it just like just instantly memorable, and you feel great, you know, listening to his music. It's just always very, very good, and I really have become to like this man, you know, as a just even like to listen to, you know, on my own time, you know, not just reacting and stuff. It's really, really good, and I think Scott is a huge fan. Lee is a huge fan. I mean, a lot of people on this channel are just, you know, in love with this man, and I totally understand why. Because I get a lot of requests from him. All right. Now this one here, China Crisis, I'm not really sure. Like, I wouldn't remember. Let me just check. Just for giggles and stuff. If I've done one by China Crisis. Of course I have. And it was by Scott. So you see, China Crisis, Michael Franks, Oh, this is literally almost all China Crisis by Scott. Walter Becker. I mean, I'm not. It's funny that I'm not wearing one of Scott's shirts, you know, because I usually that's what I wore now. Like, I wear your shirts a lot, honestly. All right. Okay, I just wanted to check. So I have heard China Crisis before. You see, sometimes I don't remember because it's so much music that I listen to. It was like I rather check before I say no, and boom. So I guess I did kind of remember the name. We'll do the same thing before I do John Hyatt because I don't really remember. But here we go with King in a Catholic Style. Here we go. Great riff.
Wake up, king in a Catholic style. With your man makeup and a big money business smile. And cut 'em up, do show to every child. With your man made up and
Very cool. Very cool lick, this. I don't know what it is. I mean, it sounds like some kind of wind instrument, but it's obviously, oh my lord, it's obviously a keyboard. And then that solo was tasty. Oh my god, so cool. And the whole song, a very nice flow. And so Walter Becker had to do with the opening riff. That's kind of cool. But yeah, just very, very cool and simple, but good, you know. I love music where you don't really have to think, you don't have to count, you don't have to expect too many things, you know. It's just like, it's good. This was a great track, China Crisis. And so I did my research. I have about 7 marathons with John Hiatt. They're all requested by Sidecar. Sidecar, I haven't seen him in a while. I guess he's on some sort of, you know, hiatus from the channel. But I'm sure he told me something about that before I haven't seen him in the comment section. You know, sometimes people there's a couple of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and then they come back out of nowhere. Like, and when we did the Beatles reaction, Colin suddenly appeared. We hadn't seen him in, like, I don't know, for years. He sent me a banjo, so I still have it right there. And I'm practicing, not as much as I should, but I've been practicing. So John Hiatt, I am familiar. I mean, so I've heard 7 songs so far by John Hiatt, but always on different marathons. But they're all requested by Sidecar. So Sidecar, if you see this, I hope you enjoy. There's another song here. This is called Riding with the King. All right.
Got well paid, blew it all at the penny arcade.
Very nice.
$100 on a Cupid doll. I guess no white chick is gonna make me crawl. That's right.
So that's the song I remember. So I've heard this song, but not the original version, not this version. I've heard the version that BB King and Eric Clapton play on this Riding with the King album. And it's the same chorus, Riding with the King. But it's obviously, you know, more about their solos and stuff. But I think that one was sung by Clapton. And great track. I'm loving it. That blues, you know, I love that organ. Great track. The bass.
Where you can get your prescription filled. razor and a heart full of gold. I had a guitar hanging just about waist high, and I'm gonna play that thing until the day I die. We're riding with the king. Don't you know we're riding with the king? Riding with the king. We're riding with the riding with the king.
Amazing. So good. Okay, I want to check something. That bass was beautiful. The guitar. I want to see who was on the guitar. If that was John himself. Riding with the King. Riding with the... And yeah, that's the one that I see B.B. King and Eric Clapton. That came out in 2000. But this is from 83. Yeah. Riding with the King. Let's see here. But this is the John Hiatt album. And we have vocals and guitar, John Hiatt. Scott Matthews. We have the producer, drums, slide guitar, bass guitar. Oh my lord. Nick Lowe. I did a marathon of Nick Lowe. Also producer. I think he has done a lot. He has worked with Elvis Costello, I think. If I'm not totally wrong. Yes, producer of Elvis Costello. I don't know any other musician on this album. Martin Belmont, Paul Carrack, keyboards. That was such a cool like organ there. You know, that bass guitar was beautiful. But yeah, I mean, Scott Matthews, for being the producer of this album, he did almost everything. Backing vocals, saxophone, keyboards, bass guitar, slide guitar, and the drums. I mean, is there anything that this man can't do? You know? Scott Matthews, let's see. Acting as well. What? Oh. Matthews starred as a Fluke Starbucker, like Luke Skywalker, and then in the 1977 Star Wars parody Hardware Wars, it was highly profitable. Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen this. Let's see. Oh my, wow. How long is this movie? Oh, 13 minutes. Wow, that's so cool. I'm going to check out if this is on, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Hardware Wars. So he acted in this. And George Lucas, like, he didn't mind, you know. Yeah, he's cool about that kind of stuff, you know, Spaceballs, you know, and now they're in the talks of Mel Brooks at 97. He wants to direct Spaceballs 2. This guy is a legend. Mel Brooks, honestly. One of my first DVDs that I ever got, I think, was Young Frankenstein. And it was just so amazing to be able to, you know, like skip to your favorite scene and then watch it with the audio commentary on. I'm one of those guys. Like, I love the audio commentary. Like, the first time I got my hands on Star Wars on DVD, I already watched them so many times that I just watched them the first time on DVD with the audio commentary on. And it was just mind blowing because it was Lucas and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. I think the only one, Harrison Ford, I think he doesn't care about Star Wars. But there were a lot of people. Ben Burt, the sound guy, the guy that gave us all the sounds, you know, the lightsaber, you know, the TIE fighter, everything you hear in Star Wars and other great films comes from Ben Burt. Just an amazing sound producer. And he, okay, let's change. I'm getting into all kinds of stuff here. Doesn't have to do anything with the music. This was a great track. John Hiatt, thank you so much for, you know, playing some more. And also thanks to Sidecar. If you're watching, if you're keeping up with the videos, I appreciate all the support, of course. Tom Petty is next. This is It's Good to Be King from Wildflowers. And this is again from 94. Here we go.
Smile. It's good to get high and never come down. It's good to be king of your own little town. Yeah, the world would swing. Oh, if I were king. Still dream time to time. It's good to be king and have your own way. Get a feeling of peace at the end of the day. When your bulldog barks and your canary sings, you're out there with winners. It's good to be king. Yeah, I'll be king when dogs get wings. Can I help it if I still dream time to time? Have your own world. It helps to make friends. It's good to meet girls, a sweet little queen who can't run away. It's good to be king, whatever it pays. place in my mind where I go time to time.
Wow. I love it. I love Tom Petty. I mean, the little I know, but of course, there's one song, the Last Dance with Mary Jane, that I think everyone knows, even I know. But I love his voice. I really like how beautiful this was written. You know, all the little arpeggios there when on the guitar, the nice orchestration that was implemented. Just a great song. Very chill, you know, just beautiful. Like something about Tom Petty is now I don't know if he was more like hard rock before, could be, you know, but this is like very smooth and beautiful and just gorgeous music. And like so far all these songs have been very mild and just like great to enjoy, you know, and just like, you know, lose yourself, you know. So thank you so much for that. This is a great marathon. So let's see. King of Pain by The Police. Yeah, I opted out. I opted for The Police because, I mean, I don't know, just to give the marathon, I guess, a little bit more views, you know, and because when The Police is, you know, part of the marathon, it's just like, I don't know. I guess, you know, I just comparing to the other choice, this was, I guess, just the better pick. I hope you're happy with this, with that, Scott. All right. Give me just one moment because I did get an email here and I just wanted to see who it was from. And, aha. All right, cool. Yeah, King of Pain is next by The Police, and this is from Synchronicity. And this was originally recorded in 1983. This is basically a year before he starred in the 1984 movie Dune, which is now popping up everywhere. And I've always loved that version. I don't know what it is with people saying that movie is not good. It's obviously a little bit different, yes, but I think it's a perfectly good movie for that time. It was very, like, I mean, the costumes, and it was a little bit more dramatic than the new ones, you know, and a little bit more overacted, but great movie. David Lynch, I love him. And I wish they would have given him the final cut, because I think there is a 3-hour version on YouTube that was showed on TV later, but he's just pissed about that movie. But now, finally, a couple of months ago, with all this new Dune stuff, the new Dune movie part 1 and 2, he's now considering looking at it again, like looking at the deleted scenes, and maybe we'll get, finally a director's cut by David Lynch. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But yeah, talking about David Lynch and Dune, this is Sting, of course, who is the bass player and vocalist. And if you don't know, he stars in a little movie called Dune from 1984. Here we go, King of Pain. They're all so catchy, these songs.
There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's the same old thing as yesterday. There's a black hat caught in a high tree top. There's a flagpole rack and the wind won't stop. I have stood here before inside the pouring rain, with the world turning circles running round my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this way, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain.
That voice.
There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's my soul of pain. It's the same old thing as yesterday. It's my soul of pain. There's a black hat caught in a high tree top. It's my soul of pain. There's a flagpole rag and the wind won't stop. It's my soul of pain. I have stood here before inside the pouring rain, with the world turning circles running round my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this rain, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. There's a fossil that's trapped in a high cliff wall. It's my soul of pain. There's a dead salmon frozen in a waterfall. It's my soul of pain. There's a blue whale beached by a springtide ebb. It's my soul of pain. There's a butterfly trapped in a spider's web. It's my soul of pain. I have stood here before inside the pouring rain, with the world turning circles running round my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this rain, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. There's a king on a throne with his eyes drawn out. There's a blind man looking for a shadow of doubt. There's a rich man sleeping on a golden bed. There's a skeleton choking on a crust of bread. King of pain. There's a red fox torn by a huntsman's pack. It's my soul of pain. There's a black winged gull with a broken back. It's my soul of pain. There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's the same old thing as yesterday. I stood here before inside the pouring rain, with the world turning circles running round my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll
Very good, man. This is where he sounds, you know, almost like before his solo albums, and which I do know pretty well because my mom got me into Sting very, very young. I was just like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and my mom got me into like Sting, and I've been in love with his music. I think he wanted to do something, because if you listen to Sting, it is a lot of jazz in there and just like so many good world music aspects, you know. And so 1983, I think 1984 was his first album. I just looked up for the first time ever in my life that his real name was Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner. And oh my God, he shares his birthday with my dad, October 2nd, 2 days after my birthday. Cool. So cool. And there's like a whole story here how he got his name, but I'm not gonna get into that. But I could react to it. It's like a video. But man, this was so good. I love the Police, you know. I love that this was not so, you know, reggae infused, you know. I mean, you guys know that I love reggae, but just to have something different. I used to play reggae for years in a band. I just, you know, talked about that in a different marathon for like 15 minutes. So I don't want to bore you to death with the same story, but just so it's, you know that I love reggae. But I love that it had a different sound. Like I love the palm muting of the guitar player. The drummer is just an amazing musician. All of them, you know, I mean, all in their different, in their own right. You know, Sting is an amazing bass player, and then what's his name, Stuart Copeland on the drums, and Andy Summers. It's almost like it was his brother, but his name is Sumner. But Andy Summers on the guitar, great guitar player, like in every aspect of the way. He was just on Rick Beato as well. Wow, Rick Beato had on like he had Sting on, he had the guitar player on, he has had so many people on. I mean, he's like living the life. It's so good. I'm so happy for him, you know. Thank you so much, Scott. It was so much fun. All these tracks, they had the word king in common, but also what they had in common was that it was super relaxing, super smooth, super easy to listen to, nothing too extravagant. It's just music that just, you know, like sticks to you, you know. You don't have to be a musician, or you don't have to like music to just, you know, be able to enjoy this. There's some people who like don't listen to music at all, and a song like this would literally be like, oh, that's nice, you know, that was kind of nice, you know. It's almost crazy for us that we, you know, we live pretty much like music is our life, you know. That's what we do to feel good, to be in a good mood, to recharge your batteries, to relax, you know, all these things. But there's people that don't listen to music at all. It's bizarre, but it exists. I know a person like that. And it's a she. She's a she. And she just doesn't listen to music. I guess she's never had the gusto, you know, for that. But I think music like this could, like, you know, turn her around. You know, you have to be... But these people, you can't really play them like anything too... Like, I think classical music, they wouldn't really like know what that's about, you know, which is super bizarre, you know. For someone who grew up with classical music, it's like so important to me, you know, to listen to classical music. But it is more like demanding, you know, your attention, or something like jazz. But this is something just that fits, that just, you know, clicks. I don't know if that makes sense, but this was very, very good. Thank you so much, Scott, for this awesome marathon. I enjoyed it very, very much. Thank you so much. And everyone that's watching, thank you for your support. Write a comment about what you just heard. Did you enjoy this? Which one was your favorite track? Do you know any tracks that have the word king in the title? Or, you know, let us know. But in the meantime, thank you again so much. I'll see you all in the next video.